So as I was researching the Sacred Bridge, one thing that I really wanted to find out was how the archaeology worked at Lake Powell. Glen Canyon had been a site of a lot of early Pueblo settlements, Ute settlements, other, maybe not even settlements, but the site of people passing through who would use the San Juan River or the Colorado River as a home base maybe for their summer crops, maybe for a season or two. So I started doing the research on the archaeology at Lake Powell, and I almost got inundated, I guess you could say, with so many interesting facts. Lake Powell and Glen Canyon was basically the end of what was called salvage archaeology. The idea, because the water of Lake Powell was going to rise and all of these sites were going to be destroyed, the teams from the University of Utah and Northern Arizona University had a really short format, a really short timetable in which to discover as much as they could about all of the artifacts that were there. And I mean, it was challenging and frustrating. And I think a lesson in figuring out what's important and how archaeology could do the best work it could with a limited time frame. And the other thing I learned was that there were hardly any women who were doing field archaeology work back in the 1960s. And it was very much frowned on. It's like, oh, we don't want women out in the field. You know, what if they have a sunstroke? I don't know. It was a very sort of macho approach to having women working in archaeology. So in Sacred Bridge, I have one of the characters who's kind of a crusty old archaeologist who was part of this early work. And I have him complaining about how they didn't have enough time and what a disaster Lake Powell was, which I think a lot of people working in archaeology did have those complaints. And then kind of rejoicing now that the drought has hit the Southwest and a lot of sites that they thought would be gone forever are being rediscovered as the water levels lower. So it was really interesting to me to be able to combine fiction with knowledge of archaeology. And I mean, not to make this book a book about archaeology, but to include a few facts that I found fascinating that I hope the readers will find fascinating too.